It looks like the captain and professor have arrived home safe and sound. It also looks like they brought the professor's mother back with them. Yes, how delightful. Yeah, Doc, but who's that other guy? Oh, him. That's the captain's dad. I had no idea that he went to England with them. Sounds like we are going to have a house full when I tell the captain the good news. Good news? Yeah, Doc. I got a call this morning around 11:30. The band just got its first gig. Welcome home, Captain. I can't wait to tell you the good news.
I have some news as well, but I think it best to wait until we are all settled in.
Sure. Go on inside while the captain and I bring in your luggage.
Our first gig? Wow, who would hire us? We're still ironing out the rough spots in our first set.
Frank called this morning and said the band he scheduled for tonight canceled at the last minute, and he needed a replacement fast. You know Frank, he does security down at the megachurch.
Wow, we are going to headline at the Friday Night Singles Club tonight?
That we are, Captain. I'm going to haul all of our gear over there this afternoon.
Hey, Dad, did you hear that? Would you like to come and hear us play at the megachurch tonight?
I haven't been to church in a long time. At my age, it would be a good idea to check in and make sure everything is still okay for the hereafter.
Yeah, and you'll get to hear us play for a crowd.
Captain, may I ask why I didn't know your father was accompanying you and the professor on your trip to England?
Oh, he didn't come with us. Dad was already there when we arrived. It was a complete surprise.
I can make short work of this, and I have plenty of time to stop in at the sushi bar before I get cleaned up for tonight's show.
Professor, did you put a new air freshener in your car? It smells like a gingerbread house soaked in lemonade in here.
That's me, Captain. After I dropped off the gear this afternoon, I stopped in for an extra spicy number 2 combo, sweet and sour. I did all I could to ditch the odor. You nervous, Captain?
Nah, nerves of steel.
Why do you gotta lie like that on your way to church? Much has changed from what I remember about going to church. Back in my day, parking was free and everything was run by volunteers.
More visitors, Captain? Who did you bring this time?
This is my dad, and the professor's mother is visiting from England.
Okay then, they look a lot like a couple. I have to check everyone. Everyone is welcome, but everyone has to be single. You folks have a great night. I got a tip that the pastor's wife was in the wig shop earlier this week, so I'm anticipating another busy Friday night.
It seems unlikely that a God that sees everything would be so heavily invested in cameras and surveillance in his house of worship. Anyway, I guess they trucked the ice cream in from Wisconsin. It's really good.
I was watching the monitors and noticed him eyeing up the cameras. When I came in for a closer look, the clerk at the ice cream parlor informed me that he thinks he might have overheard them discussing a wedding plan. Let's not raise any suspicion and just keep an eye on them for now.
Thank you, everyone. You've been so kind. We call that one dueling loopers. Has everyone met Karen and Betty? This one's called Prison Rap. Dude, degenerate. She was running fine, this old truck of mine. Hit her schedule, I was right on time. Just one more stop at the tune-up shop before I take my place in the sushi line. On the far side of town with the windows down, just me and Doc, yeah. With the radio playing, I heard a caller say saying to the DJ on the radio, there's a naked man with a real nice tan in the fountain at the city mall. He's singing off key some melody, living in dog, God bless America. So I checked my map and holy crap, that mall was just down the block from me. When I drove up to see there were police cars and security, and you even had one in the tree. I rolled down slow with the piano and the sushi snack. A California roll, fully funked up soul, and Doc's piano in the back. When I looked back to see who was following me across a bridge to the other side, I just had to stop for that lady cop to get a closer look at my ride. With the windows down and no one else around, that girl arrested me. Pulled out her cuffs, sounding tough, said something about protocols and officer safety. She said, be a good sport, it'll settle in court. Right now I gotta take you to jail. Then you'll see the judge who's got no grudge, probably get a ticket in the mail.
It looks like everyone is here. Let's get started with the mid-shift
Sorry,
meeting.
boss, I was on the phone with the wig guy.
This band really blows. Listen up, people. We've got a potential situation in the food court we are currently monitoring. Let's go into the conference room for the latest profile update.
Oh snap, does somebody have a pencil sharpener?
Suspect number 1 is the captain's dad, who first raised suspicion when I caught him eyeing up one of our cameras. After further observation and close review of some footage, I concluded that he may have been counting the cameras in the foyer before he caught my attention. The professor's mother became suspect number 2 when one of our agents at ground level reported overhearing discussion, inferring that they may not be as single as we initially believed. So I will continue to watch them closely from behind the bakery and update you immediately as new information becomes available.
True story. Hey, listen, you are a terrific crowd tonight. We're going to leave you with the dub jam in the background while we take a short break and be back shortly with an improv set.
True story.
Well, Dad, how did we sound from the other end of the room on our first gig? First gig.
We could hear everything just fine, son. It took us both by surprise when we found out at the end that the Katie and Karen song was a true story.
Let's not raise any suspicion.
True story.
Keep an eye on them for now.
I'm going to see if I can catch up with the professor at the bookstore. I'll see you after the break. If everyone would just settle down for a moment, I'd like to tell you about a conversation I had at the bookstore on the break before we finished tonight's show. I met a fellow who asked me what we were going to play in the final set, and I told the man I just met that I didn't know quite yet. Then he looked at me and I looked back, and I took the book and I put it back on the rack, realizing improvising was something he didn't get. I told him how I clear my mind and let the words flow out. Try not to boast and shout while I figure out what to rap about. He thought I was brave to improvise on the spot, but what else can you do when one set is all your band's got?
This pen really blows.
Uh-oh, everyone. Look busy. Here comes Frank.
Isn't it almost lunch?
Excuse me, fellas, but does it really take three of you to observe the main stage monitor in the conference room while there is still a duck running loose in the arena?
Sorry, Frank, I'm expecting a call back from animal
Oh,
control.
by the way, I was able to ascertain that the duck was a decoy attempt orchestrated by the pastor's wife, and I can say with relative certainty that she is indeed on the premises. Anyway, it's just about time to stop for lunch. I'm starving.